Hello everyone and good morning. This is Yodawgiheardyoulikeponies and we're going to do a pony set review. So for the first time ever I'm going to go through an entire set of ponies, whether it be through any generation, and review them for your viewing pleasure. In this episode we're going to go over the Twice as Fancy Ponies. There were two sets released, one in 1986 and one in 1987 as part of Generation 1, as well as some that were only released in play sets. These ponies are unique because they offer, instead of having their symbols just on their rump, they have symbols that cover their entire body, and a few have some even on their faces. They're super pretty, they have wonderful color combinations, and some are quite rare and valuable for us collectors. So we're going to go over the first set. This was 6 ponies released in 1986. This set is not as expensive or as sought after for collectors. So if you want to have some Twice as Fancy ponies, don't want to spend too much or be looking forever, you might want to start with this first set. Again, these ponies are still very cute and have great color combinations and themes. They're just not as valuable. So the first pony from the first set I'm going to review is Twice as Fancy Up, Up, and Away. Yes, that's her true name. I think it's super cute. As you can see, she's a very hot, vibrant pink color with some yellow and green balloons that go, again, all over her body and on the back. She also has a green balloon on her little face. Her hair color actually is supposed to be a light pink. It's been faded over the years. You can still see the tail is slightly pink, but her mane is mostly white now, and that is quite common with her and some other ponies that used to have pink hair. But again, she's lovely. She kind of reminds me of G3 and G4 Pinkie Pie. Maybe she's her mom. You never know. The second pony I'm going to review from this set is Generation 1 Milky Way. As you can see, she has metallic stars. They're like a nice silver color, and they shine on her body, and there are some on her cheek right there. Now, her hair is, yes, supposed to be white. It has a blue stripe in it. It's not like it's faded or anything. This is supposed to be white, and she's a nice lavender color. I also really love her pose, and her just overall theming is wonderful. The next pony in the set is Generation 1 Twice as Fancy Dancing Butterflies. Again, what a lovely name for a lot of these ponies in this set. She is a bright yellow color Pegasus with yellow hair. I think it's a lovely color combination. And she has wonderful butterflies all over. I really like this one right on her muzzle. And they are all over her body. Just wonderful theme. And here is Sugarberry. If you're from the UK, she also has a different name. She goes by Strawberry Fair. Some of the ponies have unique names depending on which country you're from, but we know her as Sugarberry. She's a really lovely, bright, pure white color with red strawberries and vines and bright red hair. I really like that they use red with her in terms of strawberry theming. Sometimes they use pink, and I think more of a red is really more appropriate. I also really love the little strawberry on her muzzle. And here is Sweet Tooth. She's actually my first Twice as Fancy pony, so she will always have a special place in my heart. I also really love her blue and pink overall theming, and she has lollipops all over her. There's some on her little cheek, and there are some all around her. I also really love her curly, bright pink hair. Look at all those cute little lollipops. And the last pony in the first set is Love Melody. Again, this is fading pink hair. It's supposed to be more of a light pink. It's faded to white, but I still think it looks pretty nice on her. And her theming are little hearts with little, I guess they're ribbons or little bows attached. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like they trail off into bows. Again, what a cute little theme. Now, there are some Twice as Fancy style ponies that weren't released in the individual Twice as Fancy sets, but also released in play sets. So on the right, we have Twice as Fancy Fifi. She has little bows all over her body, and she also has a little bow on her cheek. She came with the Perm Shop playset, and to the left is Scoops, who came with the Satin Slipper Sweet Shop playset. And she has little ice cream floats all over her body as well as her cheek. So we're going to go on to the second set of ponies of Twice as Fancy ponies. Again, this was released in 1987, and these are a lot more valuable, hard to come by, and coveted by collectors. I'm going to start with the two that I don't really see as expensive or sought after, and one of them is Bonnie Bonnets. Now, she has really cute little flowers, as you can see, and little hats, like little sun hats on her body. They're yellow and white and blue, and she has really nice curly white hair. And yes, this is supposed to be white. Some people kind of consider her like a grandma pony just because of her curly white hair and little theme. And I actually think that's a really, really cute idea for her. And another one of the second set that is not as sought after is Generation 1, Twice as Fancy Merryweather. She's a really nice dark purple with rainbows and clouds as her theme. I'm not sure why she's not as popular. It might have been her pose. This pose really isn't as popular with collectors, but I think her overall design is very cute. Now we're going to go into the more valuable and rare of the set. Now, one of them is Generation 1 Yum Yum. She is white with, again, her hair is prone to fading, but it is still a little bit pink, as you can see. And she has little candies on her, as you can see. They're red and pink. There's different, like, candy wrappers. There's some gumdrops. There's, like, wrapped little hard candies. I just think her name especially is super cute, and her overall design. And this is Night Glider. She's, again, one of the more sought after of the set. She's a wonderful blue color with white hair and really cool designs on her. She has a little moon and star on her cheek, and she has these planets and stars and moons and rings around some of the planets on her. I think it's a really interesting theme, like a space-themed pony, and her colors really reflect that theme well. The next more sought-after pony is Buttons. Buttons here actually shares a name with another pony named Buttons, but one is more rare. And she has a really nice bow and little button pattern on her, as you can see, more like a pink and white. I also think she's more sought after because she's more of like a green color. I feel like green ponies aren't as common, and they're usually quite more expensive than other colors. This is just basically what I've seen in the collecting market. And last but not least in the set is Generation 1 Twice as Fancy Munchie. Again, the name is pretty cute, and I think that what makes her really interesting is that her theme, she literally has hot dogs and hamburgers and pickle slices on her. I think it's quite unique, a little strange, I guess, for a pony. People think, oh my goodness, she eats meat, or maybe they're veggie dogs or something. I don't know. I think just her overall theme makes her stand out a lot. Her colors are pretty cute, but I just think it's interesting that we have a hot dog and hamburger and even French fry pony. You can see some French fries over there as well. And here are some either play set or accessory set ponies that are made in the Twice as Fancy style. To the left, we have Daddy Apple Delight, and this is part of a family set. So he has some really cute trees and everything on him. There are supposed to be apple trees, and the whole family has some sort of like Twice as Fancy theme. I think the mom has little apples on her, and the kids have both apples and trees. So again, they weren't released just as Twice as Fancy ponies, but in that style. And we also to the right have Pillow Talk, which was in the Slumber Party accessory set. I would consider her like a Twice as Fancy. She has the little cheek design, and she has like little pillows and stars and moons that are kind of surrounded by a cloud, which I think is quite interesting. So I hope you all really enjoyed my video on the Twice as Fancy Generation 1 ponies. I want you guys all to like and subscribe and leave a comment below if you really like this video, if you want me to go over another pony set, or even just which one of these Twice as Fancy ponies is your favorite. Everyone have a nice and fun-filled pony day.